Well, didn't all of the lefties of the world rejoice in one united voice the day that nasty Donald J. Trump was unceremoniously removed from the White House in a arguably fair and free democratic election? Oh, that sticks in the throat, doesn't it? Or by other means that are regularly discussed online. Whatever the reason for it, I bet all these lefty lovey types are now looking at the situation and thinking, oh my God, what have we done? How do everyone? Welcome back to the channel for a Friday. Hope you're doing all right. Soon be the end of the day and the weekend and time for me to pull my teeth. Well, pulling teeth is very much akin to what's going on in America right now. And you see Joe Biden day by day and you think, my God, man, you know, it's one disaster after another. I regularly criticise the whole thing because I think that his time of life, and there are obvious signs publicly of mental decline there, particularly where he needs to read off lists and be instructed what to do, and quite openly says that to people, you know, listening to him. It's very, very worrying that a senior man of that kind of condition should be in the biggest job, arguably, in the world, in charge of the biggest country in the world, and arguably fairly big portions of the world itself where the Americans hold a presence. But you have to look at the situation and think, what the fuck is going on? It all seems to be going crazy. We have all the arguments over, was Donald Trump really defeated in a fair election, or are there other shenanigans going on? We have the arguments, of course, over whether Biden will serve a full first term and will Kamala Harris step in his shoes. Me personally, I think that's the direction of travel. I don't think there's any chance of him serving a 4-year term, but you have to look more at, you know, the recent record. Inept weakness, falling asleep in a chair when he's in a press conference with another world leader. Look at the disaster that's befelled Afghanistan, for Christ's sake. The Americans have pulled out of there. We can't stay. We can't handle the pressure without the assistance, to be quite honest. And in their wake, they have left millions and millions and millions of pounds of equipment, ranging from transport aircraft to helicopters to weaponry, cash, you name it, it's all there, and it all got left. Such is the hurry in which they departed. And, you know, this has all happened on Joe Biden's watch. You could argue that, you know, some of this was Trump's fault, but this is what politicians do. They stand up and justify their fuck-ups by trying to blame the person before or the one that's coming after. It just doesn't hold any weight, really. And you look at the, you know, the domestic situation in America as well. I have commenters on my feed quite regularly and emails as well telling me what's going on over there, and it's pretty near disastrous. And all the lefties have to wonder, why the hell did we want this man in office? What a mistake of a maker, you know, absolutely crazy. One of the news sources that I trust more than most is Sky News Australia. Obviously, they had their own trouble where they were taken off YouTube for speaking the truth and giving an opinion. But as Piers Morgan found out recently, we're actually all right with that over here. We can say what we think. And Sky News Australia have various pieces to do with Joe Biden and analyse his behaviour, what he says, when he says it, or more importantly, what he forgets to say because he's too bloody senile and can't remember. And one of the things they pointed out as well was he attended a ceremony to, you know, welcome home the bodies of those who unfortunately died fairly recently guarding the airport at Kabul. And he was quite visibly seen doing this, looking at his watch, because he obviously wanted to be somewhere else. Disgusting, disrespectful, and, you know, I wouldn't expect anything else from somebody politically aligned such as himself. But have a look at Sky News Australia. Some of the, you know, footage and everything is very, very disturbing, and you wonder what's going to happen. Things are at a fairly interesting stage. You know, you've got America tearing itself to pieces because of its leadership, and you've got places like China and Russia foaming at the mouth over what's happened in Afghanistan and growing by the day. Do wonder what's going to happen next, don't you? Let me know what you think. But interesting times ahead for everybody. Look after yourselves, your families, and each other. And as always, this is the Cabby signing off. Toodaloo.